Hello, and I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this introduction video. Today I'm going to introduce some of our new releases. Here on our website, you can see them here. The first is the analysis of a rubberized concrete interlocking masonry under vertical load. Here you can see these are the rubberized concrete block or brick. Then we use mortar as an interface between these blocks and grout infill the block. See, with some shape of circle, a square, or any shapes. And then we did a static and dynamic model, and you can see the result for them here. The price of the CAINP paper and English video is 30 euros. The second is the three-point bending test of a bolted steel splice connection in Abaqus. You can see it here. This is the geometry and assembly. You can see this is the first beam, second beam, then we have a steel plate which connected with bolt together under dynamic and static bending test. You can see here the result for the stress, damage, force displacement diagram, displacement, or any. So as the same, you can provide CAINP paper and English video file. The cost is 27 euros. Then we have bound slip analysis in the ploughed test simulation. You can see our rib concrete steel bar, and you know already we did we did many simulation about pull-out test, but here we consider the bound slip. See this diagram. This is a diagram for bound slip analysis in the pull-out test, and you can learn it from this tutorial. And these are the results for this. The cost also for the CAINP paper English video is 26 euros. The another is the fire or temperature analysis of the composite material like CFR. This is a new one, and we have released it in a week ago. CFRP composite under fire condition. CFRP is an directional material, and it needs uh, temperature. Uh, the material which the material data depends on temperature, and you can see this is the unidirectional material. We explain it here. Then during the sequential analysis, or you can use direct model, both is applicable in the fire, and we apply convection, conduction, and radiation here. You can see the temperature in the in the CFRP composite model, and then the local buckling and the temperature diagram. The cost again for this uh, interesting tutorial is 30 euros. And let me close all this, and then the underwater explosion near pipeline using the CEL method in Abaqus. In this case, we have a steel pipe, soil as a bed, then the seawater, and then three sea mines here. The explosion can be the same time or with dilation time. Then we have ice as a upper layer of the water and air. We have many materials in this model. Then we consider Eulerian domain for all parts for TNT, water, soil, any, and these are the results. You can see it here. This is the uh, pressure or stress in the water, then the stress in the Eulerian domain water, and then the stress in the soil. This is the volume fraction, and also we can check the steel pipe deformation. The cost for this model is also 30 euros. Again, we have here a projectile impact of ceramic UHMWPE armor penetration. And uh, this model is a new because the paper represents just this, but we consider also ceramic as an armor for these things. Here, this is a polymer, you know, the UHMWPE is a polymer, and you can find some um, information about that in some papers, but here we explain it with all the concepts. Here we have the ultra high molecular weight polyethylene or UHMWPE, then we have ceramic and a steel bullet as a penetrator, and then during the ballistic impact you can see the penetration of the bullet and all the result. You can use that. Again, the cost for the CAE IMP code paper and English video file is 30 euros. The another thing is the compression test of a square cold form of a high performance field dual steel stiff slender column in Abaqus. You can see the definition here of the procedure and then the schematic in the uh, assembly and then the result as figures. The static and dynamic both can be used, you know, in this simulation. Static and dynamic can be used, and these are the result like the compression damage, ductile damage, stiffness degradation, and this is a comparison between the dynamic and static model. You can see the dynamic and static model is the same with 5% difference in the diagram here. The cost for the CAINP paper and English video file is 26 euros for this model. Then we have the fire analysis of the bolted steel splice connection here as the same of the bending here, but we did the fire conditions, and you can see here the fire. This is a stress which come from the heat transfer from the fire at the bottom to the top, and this deformation uh, uh, happen because of the fire. Because of this temperature here, it is about 1000 degree. Because of this the temperature, this stress, and this displacement happen, it can be used again as the sequential method or direct method. Both are applicable here. The cost for this again is 26 euros. And we have here the analysis of the rubber toughened methacrylate RTPMMA reinforced with CFRP under projectile impact in Abaqus. You can see here we have CFRP, RTPMMA impactor, and this is the direction, velocity, direction. You can see here the definition and introduction to this example, then the procedure that we use, and at the end the result as figures like the damage variables for all parts, ductile damage, tension damage for the matrix here of the RTPMMA, and here the price is 30 euros for this tutorial. Includes the IMP code and paper and English video file. The last one is the simulation of super authentic stainless steel panel under air blast and underwater explosion at the same time. Note sequential or at the same time. This is the air blast, and here the sea mine or underwater explosion happen. In this case, we use acoustic model for the water and Ondex method for the underwater explosion and Conweb method for the air blast. Here is the definition and introduction, then the geometry and assembly, and then the procedure of the modeling. And you can see this is a pressure propagation in the water in the acoustic domain, the stress in the uh, composite panel, the damage, and this is again per pressure and stress in the model. The price of this case again is 30 euros. It includes the IMP paper, English video file, and anything. So if you want to buy any of these models, we accept all cryptocurrencies like Tether, Bitcoin, TRX, or any, or PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard. You can use all of these methods to pay for any of the tutorial or our packages, full packages, or any. Before all these things, contact us at this email to tell you more about the tutorial contents, the payment method, or any questions if you have. We will answer you. For now, thank you for your attention.